Community matron Susan Hazeldine helps people with all sorts of chronic conditions from heart failure and emphysema to cancer and chronic bronchitis. Sometimes relatives struggle to cope both physically and psychologically, but Susan is always able to find a solution to their problems and knows exactly how to arrange prompt and essential support.
So we're trying to look after people with long-term, life-limiting sometimes, health problems. Usually that's in an elderly patient, say with heart failure or kidney failure or a respiratory disease. And you support them with that condition and hopefully help them to have a full life and a better quality of life, so it's not involving too many hospital admissions and outpatient visits. There's about 8 of us, community matrons and assistant matrons or aspiring matrons, and so we do cover the whole of Barnsley, and it's every day including Christmas Day and bank holidays and weekends. So that's usually a bonus for people, because if they can't get the doctor then they can get the community matron. It's evolved from district nursing, because district nurses have always been looking after people in their own homes and giving advice and preventing hospital admissions in their own way. It's just that we've had added skills and responsibilities placed upon us as we've got more experienced. It can be quite taxing, I suppose, and emotionally draining, but that's what you do as a nurse, isn't it, really? And you do get a lot of pleasure out of it as well, that you meet some wonderful people. I was quite shocked and embarrassed, really, I suppose, yeah. Because it is my job, and it's a job that I've enjoyed doing. I've not done anything, without it being part of my job. And I see it as what I've loved doing, really. So it's nice that you get appreciated. Yeah.
Children's author Suzanne Maguire was diagnosed with motor neuron disease and told she had just 5 years to live. That was 15 years ago. Following a diagnosis, Suzanne said she wanted to remain positive and do something worthwhile. Having always enjoyed reading and writing, she decided to leave a legacy to her boys Aaron and Lance, and this is where the Spellbound Chronicles evolved.
I found out 15 years ago that I had motor neurons disease, and I had between 2 to 5 years to live. To live as long as I have is nothing short of a miracle. Positive thinking. At one point, I decided to leave a legacy for my boys and write Spellbound Chronicles. And once it was finished, edited, and I was still here, we both decided it needs to be shared and try and raise money from the sales of the book for MND research and other MND charities. It's such an honour, complete honour, that my work has been noticed. I'm just overwhelmed. I'm so grateful, so grateful.
Sarah Headley of Sarah's Flowers and Teas offers budget hot meals, redistributes clothing and food parcels, and even provides free funeral tributes to those struggling to make ends meet. Sarah opened her Pitt Street shop 4 years ago as a florist and tea shop, but quickly realised she could do more to help the needy and isolated.
When I first set off doing it, we started a Pay It Forward, where people could pay on drinks and meals. And it's just grown from there. We've just seen a need, and as we've come across each thing, we've met one need, we've found something else. So it's just got massive on its own. Yeah. It's amazing how it's grown. We've found that a lot more people are getting involved, and it's really working. I mean, this year we did 180 Christmas dinners. We raise most of the funds ourselves all year round. I'm doing a market stall in Barnsley Market. I bake as much as I can. We do flowers. There's a lot of poverty at the moment. We call it a budget menu because that people can relate to it. And all our meals are £1. All different meals, usually a selection of about 5 and 6 meals, all different puddings, and it's all £1. It's difficult for people to manage the money when they get a big lump sum. So they can come to us and they can pay for the meals for the next month or the next 2 weeks. And then whatever they do with the rest of the money, they know they're still going to get fed. I've seen an excellent response, but what I've also seen is we give people confidence to talk about the problems. We can point them to where they need to go. Well, I was very surprised that I'd been nominated. I'm really pleased.